Alright, hello everyone and welcome to today's Balatro video, and in this video I have the inflation challenge, which I accidentally started before I hit the recording button on my computer. So basically there is just one custom rule, and that involves shops in which every time you purchase something, everything else in that shop and future shops goes up by $1. We start off with the credit card, which allows us to go into debt by $20. And we also have, there's also two banned vouchers, and those are the ones that that put things up for sale in the shop. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. We have the manacle first, which is -1 hand size. And we have an interesting and possibly very key tag in the big blind, which is which I get $25 after defeating the boss blind. Do I want to skip them both? Let's give it a try, because this could also give me a free joker, which at worst would have molt on it. Okay, so I've got a flush. Okay, so I've got kind of a choice. Spades might be a little bit more likely, but if I play this, I'm only really using up one spade. Okay, now let's go ahead and try for clubs, I guess. Could live to regret that. Okay, so I've got 4 clubs now. And now I have 5 clubs. But this might not be enough, depending on... Okay, I was about to say it was pretty tight, but okay. So we have this as a foiled joker. Probably not going to get it this time. 10 malt of played hand contains a 2 pair, and then 10 in addition 10 malt for everything. So I'll go ahead and get that one. To be honest, not much. I mean, the Planet Merchant might not be the worst idea in the world. Alright, let's just move on. So we've got the mouth next, which you can only play one hand type this round, which is probably not bad. I mean, I'm probably going to, at this point, probably going to try to play 2 pairs. Let's go ahead and play the small blind since I don't want to re-roll it. Okay, so I have 7s and 2s I can play right now. There we go. Won't be able to rest on my laurels for too long, but at least that worked this time. Certificate might not be bad. 1 free reroll per shop. Probably not. Let's go ahead and get the certificate, though. And anything else. I hate going for packs in this challenge, but let's try one anyway. $12, a glass card, and bonus cards. Let's put bonus cards on a 10 and a 7. And let's go on to the next one. I do not want the free uncommon joker. Okay, so I got a 9 with a red seal. Pair of 8s. So I could probably do this. I was kind of hoping I would get another 9. Okay. Try it one more time. Nothing. Well, you can try an ace high. Well, at this point, I have to go for 8s and 2s. Well, now I've got 9. I've got 3 9s, as a matter of fact. There's only 1 4 left, 1 6 left, 1 10 left, 2 queens left, no kings left. Well, let's do it this way. Let's play this. And win, I guess. Sure. Alright. We have the Hanged Man, which we can get rid of unwanted cards. Let's just go to the next round. Okay. Well, we got a 2 pair right off the bat, kings and jacks, with a gold seal. So, a little bit of money. 6 5 4 3 7 6 5 4 3. We've got straight there. Well, it doesn't. I forgot. Okay, but we're gonna get aces and 2s here, and that's gonna win. Okay, so we've got Venus, which boosts 3 of a kind. We've got Fortune Teller, which usually does pretty well, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have very many tarot cards this time. Well, let's go for it because I probably will. So $30. Got an extra jack and an extra 9. There we go. I was hoping I'd get 2 pair out of that. That was the only thing that would have made that valuable. And let's go on to the next round. 3 uncommon joker and another investment tag. And we're going to debuff spades. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Let's go ahead and play this one. Alright, so we added a spade. And we added a spade, which allows me to get a tarot card by discarding. So let's, well, we've got queens and 3s, so let's just discard the one that gives me that. Okay, star. Don't think this wins, so let's go ahead and play that. Okay. Have a flush. We've also got a pair of kings. Star doesn't help me in this situation. Let's just go ahead and discard these 5 cards. Got kings and jacks now. And again, there's no real reason to play the star card. But we could just win. Okay. 1 in 4 chance to upgrade the level of the played poker hand. 80 chips of played hand contains a 2 pair. So we're kind of going for 2 pair anyway. This one actually is not a bad call because every 2 pair that I have has a 25% chance to upgrade. And we're early enough in the game that this might actually pay out in the long run. But now to get something else out, we'd have to subtract something up there. Okay, so Let's buy an Arcana pack. Okay, we get $31 from this. We get to convert things to clubs from this. Let's take the money. And let's use some of that money to open the other Arcana pack. Okay, so this gives me spades. Gold card. This would give me temperance again. Okay, so remind me what my strongest suits are. They're kind of right in the middle, Jack, 10, and 9, although 10 is a discard. None of these are that. None of these. So death doesn't really help me that much. Unless I wanted to just turn the 2 into like a king or something like that. But I really would rather bump up something from, yeah. I guess let's do that. But before we do that, the other thing is, do I want to, I could take the 5, make the 5 convert instead. The reason why I'm thinking that is because I'm thinking about that spades are going to become a safe suit. There's no reason to do that, no reason not to do that, except it's going to bump this up to now a mult +4. Okay. So spades is going to be a safe suit. So there's really, didn't really want to convert anything out of spades right now. But on the other hand, making diamonds is kind of a neutral strategy. The investment tag kind of have to do that for this. Okay, let's debuff spades. Okay. Not sure what it made. It's possible it made another 10. Well, I know it's got a lot of debuffed cards, but let's take the 2 pair that I have. Still scored quite a bit. Can't really do that. Go ahead and discard, see if we can get another 2 pair. We have queens and 8s. We'll kick into debuffed 3. 2 pairs now level 3. Kings and 7s. Didn't go up, but we won. Okay. This Joker gains +3 mult when a booster pack is skipped. That would not be good for this. Overstock is good in general, so that just adds another option. But standard packs, not really great. This is kind of giving us the value of the standard packs as it are already, so there's really nothing I can buy there that would really help. So we've got the wheel next, which 1 in 7 cards are drawn face down. We can skip this to upgrade the 2 pair by 3 levels. We'll absolutely do that. A free uncommon Joker doesn't really move the dial that much, so we'll just go into this. Okay. I've got pair of 3s. Kind of hoping I'd get something. Might not be discarding enough to really focus what I'm getting. There we go. Pair of 9s, pair of 3s. Okay. Now I got kings and jacks. Okay. See what? Only took 2. Okay. Don't like either of the jokers, and I don't need Neptune. And we're still stuck with standard packs. Alright. The wheel it is. This is either a king or an ace. Got discard. We can discard a 10. Instead of 9, I'm going to discard the face down card. Okay, we've got the Magician, which gives us 2 lucky cards. We've got a straight showing. But a straight isn't anywhere close to a 2-pair in terms of payout. So kings and 10s, kings and 9s are my best bet. So I got a pair of queens. Got kings and queens. I'll kick in the face down card. Okay. So I've got a pair of 9s. There are no more 7s left. There's two queens, 2 6s, 1 5, 3 4s. So it makes So my best chance is to go for 4. Got a pair. And I've got a full house, but a 2-pair is going to beat a full house under these circumstances. And I should have played the Magician. I don't know why I didn't. Okay. Pluto upgrades high card. Okay, they're fine. I'm not gonna buy them. We're not getting any tarot decks down here, which is really what I'm kind of saving for. Rerolls costing $2 less. Probably not, but probably get some time. So I'll go ahead and get that now. Let's go to the next round. The mark, all face cards are drawn face down. This gives me $9. This gives me, okay, so we're gonna play this out. We'll actually use the Magician card. I'm gonna put it on the 6s. And then I'm gonna play jacks and 6s. Okay. Now I can play aces and 5s. Now I can play 10s and 2s, and this will win. 2-pair just went up to level 7. Okay. Full house, flush. Nothing here I particularly like, but there's our Arcana pack finally. Hanged Man, Judgment, Wild Card. Okay, so I've got 3, 6, 8, Queen, King, Ace. I think I'm going to hang the 3 and the 6. All right. Next round. And we'll go ahead in. So I've got another queen added, looks like. Now that seal gives me a planet card if that card is still in my hand when I win. 2 is 3, 5, 6. Yeah, we can just kind of take the low numbers out. Maybe take the jack instead of the 10 since they're, yeah. Okay. Nothing helped there. Okay, I've got kings and queens. But I want to try to save the queens for right now, so I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna play the kings and fours instead. I'll kick the ace in as well. Okay. I've got a better kings and queens set up here. There are 3 jacks left, 3 10s, 2 8s. Kicking the 8 then. Just to see one more card. Got a pair of kings, a pair of 10s. And that should do it. So 2 pairs stayed at levels. Well, technically it stayed at level 7 at the end, but I got a planet card that's gonna take it to level 8. High Priestess gives me 2 planet cards for $15. Let's go ahead and try it. Oh well. Okay, let's go ahead and get the Arcana pack. I probably shouldn't have gone for that. I was just kind of hoping I would get a Uranus again. So Stone card, 2 Tarot cards, 2 Planet cards, destroy 2 cards, convert to clubs. So I think it's down to Emperor or Hanged Man. Hanged Man focuses my deck a little bit. Could get rid of 2 5s. Or I could play Emperor. That counts as a card played for the fortune teller. And then if I play the cards that it creates, that could get it all the way up to 10. Wheel of Fortune and Empress. So I might as well play Wheel of Fortune now. Nothing happened, but it incremented this to 9. And I've got the Empress I can play in the next round. All face cards are drawn face down. This jack came after the draw. That's the only reason why it's face up. Let's go ahead and discard these 5 cards. Gets me another Emperor, which is good. Got more face down cards, which is bad. Discard those. Let's go ahead and discard these. Okay, I've got 9s and 8s. So let's go ahead and select the... Actually, we can select both. No, the 9 and the 8, because the spades are safe from debuff. Let's go ahead and play the Emperor to get 2 more tarot cards. Wheel of Fortune again. These are the exact same 2. Interesting. Okay, so now I have 4 mulled cards and a face down card to play. All that, and I just got just a little bit more than half of what I needed. I was kind of hoping the fortune teller would have given me a little bit more. Ended up with a full house, which is actually less than I could have gotten. 10s and 7s. We won't put a kicker in because I'm trying to avoid face down cards. I won. Okay. Well, that doesn't take a genius. So take me down to $4 if I bought it. Got the window coming up which debuffs diamond cards. Just the cards that I started to stack up a little bit. There's no tags that are going to help me. Let's go to the next round and keep the interest safe for now. Okay, we've got queens and jacks. And I'll kick in a 3. Okay. I've got aces and 5s, and I'll kick in a 2. All right. So 2 pairs now level 11. If I buy the High Priestess, it takes me down to 20. And there's no guarantee that she's going to give me. I could possibly take one of these. It would bring me down to, well, it would bring me down to $17. We're gonna give it a try anyway. So this one gives me a 4 would give me a 2 pair. This allows me to convert cards to clubs, and I have 3 diamonds showing. This allows me to convert a left card into a right card. So it's down to the Fool, the Moon, and Death. I could convert the 3 into an 8. That would, or I could convert a 4 into an 8. Of course, not much better. I mean, that would give me another Molt 8 in my deck. If I converted a 4, it would give me 1 less diamond for what's coming up next. Although I'm probably not going to use that diamond anyway. So I might as well just take the 3 instead. Yeah. All right. Next one. Okay, so I've got a blue seal on an 8 and a red seal on a jack. 7, 5, and 4 aren't particularly strong ranks. Get rid of those. Guess I would want to build around a jack if I could. Yeah. I have 4 of a kind of 8s right now, which is kind of funny. Then again, not. Okay, I have jacks and 8s now. Let's go ahead and score that. I have a pair of 8s I can play safely, and I have a pair of jacks I can play safely. I don't think it's going to win, so I'm going to play this first. Okay, I was right. Okay, I've got nothing right now. There's 4 kings left. There's 4 9s left. No 8s left, which makes sense. Well, let's do it this way. Let's play, let's discard these 3 cards. Okay, I got the death card. So I can play 9s and 5s now. So I can do this. Well, don't have to do it that way. Could do it this way. I mean, that would take a 6. Okay. No, there's only. Well, wait. How many 6s do I have? Only 3. Okay. No, never mind. We're going to convert the 6 of diamonds into an 8 of clubs with a planet card, or a blue seal, I guess I should say. Then we'll play 9s and 5s. And just for fun, we'll kick in a 2. 2 pairs level 12. Well, it's going to go to level 14 now. Okay. Actually things aren't going too bad. I have $32. Tower's not that bad of a card because if I take a rank that I don't like, I can make a tower. I can make that a stone card, which then scores 50 chips on a 2 pair. That's actually not bad. All right, diamond cards debuffed. Let's see what happens. Okay, I have a gold sealed 9 and a red sealed 8. And I have a pair of kings. Otherwise, nothing. Also, this is a lucky card as well. Let's get rid of the debuff to 10 and yeah, see what happens. Okay, I've got kings and 8s. I'm gonna go ahead and zap the 2, and then I'll play kings and 8s with a stone card kicker. Or do I want to go 8s and 4s? This scores a little bit more than the 4s would. Okay, not bad. Well, looking at 4s and 3s right here. Let's see if I can. I don't think 4s and 3s is gonna win. It's gonna get me close, but I don't think it's gonna get over. Yep. Okay. 2 discards left. No pairs whatsoever to speak of. Okay. Got a pair of 9s and a pair of 7s. Okay, I was kind of hoping I would get a blue seal, which I did. That purple seal came a little too late. That wins. All right. I'm already to ante-7 already. Okay, no discards next time. And not so the rewards are not so good. Trying to boost planet cards again. Arcana pack, maybe. I mean, this has actually gotten a pretty good. We've actually gotten a pretty good run with this. Do I want to get it up to 17? $21 is a lot of money to spend, unfortunately. So I think I'm going to skip that. And Okay, we've got my stone card. We've got a pair of queens. Okay, there we go. Aces, queens, stone card kicker. 2 pairs level 17 now. Okay, we've got a discard 10. Now I can make a glass card. Do I want to make one now? Yeah. Kings and jacks. Should be enough to win. Jack didn't break. That's fine. It's now in the deck. Okay. Got a spectral pack. Probably doesn't help too much. But spectral packs are almost always add a purple seal, add foil holographic or polychrome. Okay. Adding a purple seal is might not be too good. Let's put it on the 4 though. Alright. That wasn't worth it, but it was a good try, I suppose. Okay. Added a red seal 10. Let's play 9s and 7s with an ace kicker. Okay. Well, we can play kings and 10s. That's probably going to be enough to win. So before we do that, let's just use up the discards. See if we can get a blue seal or something to show up. Nothing doing. Just have to play and win. 2 pair went up to 19 anyway, so. Oh, didn't win. Well, this will kick it over the finish line then. Well, now it's level 20. All right, I'll take that extra hand. Okay. Well, now we've got an emperor card. Buying and using that is good for this. Let's do it. Empress, Hierophant. Okay. Can't use them here, but we can use them in game, so. Okay, no discards. We've got aces and jacks. Go ahead and make those mold cards. Let's make these bonus cards, which cancels out the glass, which I kind of didn't want anyway. Could have kicked into 2. But maybe it's better that I didn't. I've got 8s and 2s now. Let's kick into jack. Didn't win, but got a pair of 3s. Nothing else though. Okay. 5 10s, 5 9s, 5 8s. Have to do this to try to. Okay, well, I was about to say, we're kind of have to try to get a 2 pair. We didn't get the 2 pair I was aiming for, but we got a better one. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make use of the blue seals, but okay, it's fine. All right, final round. Cerulean Bell forces 1 card to be selected. Not the worst thing in the world. There's nothing I can do about it anyway. And well, actually, I could buy this. Obviously not now, but I could buy it. So right now, this is giving me 20 mult per 2 pair, since that's pretty much all I'm playing. This also gives me 20 mult by now. I mean, I could at this point maybe sell one of these to give me a little bit of, to give me more scoring, but none of these do that, so let's go ahead and continue on. Okay, I've got a lot of cards. Let's discard these 4 cards. 2, relatively speaking, useless jokers, or useless tarot cards. I can't even sell this because I can't even use this because there's no room. Okay. Jacks and 5s with an ace. Okay, got me more than half the way there. I've got 3 9s where I would only need 2. All right, well, could hang a 5 and a 4. Really do much from here. Play a 10. Okay. Kings and 9s with a stone card. Got it. And another planet. I think we just have to sell this. It's just not going to get used. 2 pair is now worth a ton compared to everything else. The only thing that could make that even better is if I had Supernova. This is free money overall, mostly. Let's go ahead and get this. Hanged Man, Strength, and Emperor. Strength is interesting. Could play it on the queens to consolidate with kings. It would take me down to 4 queens, but would give me 9 kings. It's actually not too bad. Could do the a similar thing with 9s and 10s. It would be going to 4 9s and 8 10s. Using Hanged Man on the 2 and the 4 is not a bad idea either. The Emperor isn't guaranteed to give me anything that's going to help, though. Except it could potentially get that up by 3 mult. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take the 9s, turn them into 10s. Okay. Let's play the next round. Okay, So I've got an ace with the red seal, 9 with the red seal. Otherwise, nothing. Pair of 10s. Okay. Well, I think I got to take 10s and 8s, even though it's going to use up a blue seal. Going to play kings and jacks with a stone. Okay. And I've got queens and 10s, which presumably wins. That didn't help. I was kind of hoping it might, but... All right. Okay, and this is the last one before the big one. Okay, so let's think about this. If I use Director's Cut, Amber Acorn flips and shuffles all Joker cards. That's not going to affect that's not going to affect what's up there. Verdant Leaf, all cards debuffed until one Joker is sold. That's easy. I could sell the credit card or I could sell the Certificate of Authenticity. Both of those would have served any purpose that they had until they and Crimson Heart, one random Joker disabled every hand, probably doesn't affect this too much because more of the value is in the poker hands table than here. The problem is that it could also be the Violet Vessel, which is a 3 times... So here's the thing. I see Cerulean Bell for this as an annoyance, possibly something that could mess with stuff. But I see Violet Vessel as a run killer. Everything else can be dealt with. So my chances are 75% chance I get a better boss blind, or a more favorable matchup, I should say. Let's go for that. And I can go $2 into the hole, thanks to the credit card. Okay, Molt cards is probably the call. King and probably the jack. Yep. Okay. Now it's time to see if my strategy paid off. Remember, I can re-roll the boss blind because I'm going to go down to -12. Okay. Crimson Heart is not that bad. For any given hand, 3 of them won't do anything, and 2 of them, and this one's probably the worst case scenario. So, see, that's not going to do anything. So, got an 8 I can discard for a tarot card. But we're kind of at the end, so I'm not thinking about that as much. I'm looking at I have a 2 pair and I don't want to waste it. Okay, so now one of our best jokers is disabled, so don't have anything here. Still 5 queens left, still 6 jacks left, lots of 7s left. 3 and 2 are kind of bad. Okay. kings and jacks with a kicker. We'll put the ace kicker in only because it's not as likely I'm going to see aces. Okay, credit card's disabled. That's not going to affect my strategy. So kings, tens with a 2. Okay, back to that one, but I'm almost in the clear now, so lots of queens left. Queens and tens aren't that bad. Eights are good, so maybe something like this. Okay, queens and eights for the win. You don't want to know how long that took me to win, but I did finally. And yeah, I think it's just spending your money wisely and just otherwise knowing when to take chances. I feel like what helped me there compared to all the failed runs I had was that the chances I took paid off, and I didn't play too conservatively. So hopefully this helped you out if you're trying to find some inspiration for beating this. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, subscribe to this channel, and or follow me on Twitch if you'd like to see more of my content. And in the comments below, let me know what you thought of this challenge. I'll see you in the next video.